The Super Bowl rematch happened yesterday in only week 2. We knew this was coming from the moment they dropped the schedule. Fox is hoping for 30 million total viewers. The Eagles handle the Chiefs and win the game. Was the score 20-17 or 20-13?
Yeah.
All right, it's 20-13. Fix the sheets. It's 20-13 in the sheets. Come on, 20-17. I thought I was losing my mind.
Yeah,
here
20-17.
20-17 because it was a touchdown. Because the old Chiefs would have won that game. We were talking about it out in the hallway before the show. Down 10, 7 minutes left. This is exactly the game the Chiefs win. And you know they're going to win it. And you just expect them to win it.
Sure.
And now it's all flipped. And the Eagles, as you guys were saying last night on Football Night in America,
they got the mojo.
They're the ones that you're like, oh, they're going to find a way to win. And the Chiefs just can't. And they're starting to get a little frustrated. They've lost 3 in a row dating back to the Super Bowl after being the number 1 seed in 2024. And I don't know. What do you see when you see the Chiefs now?
Well, I don't see anything special right now. I think that's the biggest thing, right? When I look at them, they're still a good team. But you've heard me say over the last month, kind of describing them, I'm just not sure I see big-time players that change a football game or a certain area of their team, a unit that's so good that another team has to bend to it, right? We know Mahomes is that. But then what else on offense? What else are we bending to, right? There's nothing there. Rashee Rice, when he gets back, yeah, sure, that'll help things, and Xavier Worthy. But again, that's even new in its stages of development there, to where, you know, I got to see it, and I got to see it take off before I just go, oh, they're dominant in that area. Watch out, that's elite. So on the offensive side of the ball, Travis Kelce, certainly not what he was once, you know. Again, 3 years in the NFL, even though 3 years ago Travis Kelce and Chris Jones were the best at their positions in football, 3 years is a long time. You know that. I had this conversation with Devin McCourty last night. They're no longer the best at their positions. So on the offensive side of the ball, you don't have much. You can't run the ball. Patrick Mahomes has doubled in both games the next leading rusher in yards.
That's unacceptable.
It's not, you can't even do that. It's not realistic going
66
forward.
rushing yards for him, 31 for Kareem Hunt. And what the hell happened to Isaiah Pacheco?
Not the same.
22.
Not the same. Isaiah Pacheco has yet to regain the explosiveness after that leg injury last year. He
had that
not.
lower leg broken injury, week 2. Broken injury. Broken leg. Week 2
But he doesn't
of last
seem to
year.
have that explosive element. And they're leaning on Kareem Hunt a little bit more, I think, because of that, and maybe more than they expected. But he does not look the same to me there. So then we can't run the ball. There's nobody to be scared of on the outside. Kelsey's no longer a mismatch nightmare to where they have to double him and worry about him. So there's nothing on that side. The defense we know is still really good. I'm certainly not taking it away, anything there, but it is as good as it was 2 years ago when they beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl and they had McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed and Chris Jones was in his prime and Nick Bolton was having an incredible year on that side of the ball at linebacker too. No. So there's a little bit of both going on here to where, yeah, in my opinion, there's a little of eliteness in the roster that's taking a dip and too much on Mahomes right now. Offense not delivering. If it is a big play, it feels like it's Mahomes kind of making magic or scrambling, and that's been 2 weeks in a row because the Chargers game was kind of the same theme. So, yeah, I'm a little worried about the Chiefs, and you know I came into the season a little down on them compared to rest.
Well, and my attitude was we have to assume they're going to find a way until they prove otherwise, and I'm not ready to abandon ship yet.
Of course not.
But you make some great points because – where are the special players? Where are the difference makers? Where are the guys that you can count on in a big spot to complement Patrick Mahomes? It can't just be Patrick Mahomes and 10 guys.
Exactly right.
Or Patrick Mahomes and 21 guys, as the case may be. He can't do it all himself. He's still who he is. He turns 30 in 2 days, by the way. Early happy birthday for Patrick Mahomes. But you just have to wonder at what point he takes a step back and says, what are we doing here by way of a roster development? And, hey, Brett Veach has done a great job with that team. Andy Reid has done a great job with that team. But they've allowed the roster to get to a point where it doesn't have a sufficient number of badasses who can complement Patrick Mahomes to get the results that they need, to find a way to bend the outcome their way. whether it's against the Chargers in Brazil, where that's the kind of game the Chiefs would win in the past, or whether it's at home against the Eagles in striking distance, because the Eagles knew in the Super Bowl you can't be up by 10 points with 7 minutes to go because they'll get you.
Right.
Just like they got the 49ers, and just like they came back from 2 scores down in the other Super Bowl wins. You got to kill them. It's got to be 40-6.
Yeah.
Well, it was 20-10 last night with 7 minutes to go, and the Chiefs still couldn't pull it off. Now, it wasn't, they weren't embarrassed, but at the same time, that's a game they had to win. 0-2 for the first time since 2014. Between the Chargers and Raiders, one of them is going to be 2-0 tonight. So they're going to have a 2-game lead over the Chiefs 2 weeks in. And you lose those games in September, you're digging out of a hole the rest of the way. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need that. Maybe they need to have their backs against the wall. But who's going to deliver?
Yeah.
Who's going to step
up? That's the
You're
problem.
not going to find a fountain of youth for Kelsey or Chris Jones.
No.
And Kelsey, that bobble in the end zone with the interception.
Play of the game.
That's the kind of thing that the Chiefs make that play.
Right.
They have that go their way.
Yeah, their DNA has been clutch
face.
in that moments, and that was the moment of the game. It's 13-10 Eagles. It was kind of a stalemate football game. Yeah, we had seen the Chiefs not be able to do much on the offensive side of the ball. Neither offense was really all that impressive. We're going to talk about the Eagles too in a second, but the bigger story is the Chiefs, right? Who have dominated the AFC forever, are 0-2, so we're hitting on that first, but. That play, and I don't know if we got the highlight here to show it, but here it is. Perfect. Way to go, guys. I mean, you're going to see. There's Kelsey at the top of your screen. He comes off like he's going to kind of run to the flat, and he runs a little angle slant route back into the inside. And you'll see that it's a little tight. Mahomes has got to put it on him quick. Kelsey, I felt like, was a hair late getting his eyes around, and then catches the ball like that. Really, that's the perfect throw down there in the red zone because it protects him from the hit to where he can take on Makuba and then go into the end zone. But, yes, kind of has his hands the wrong way. Ball pops in the air, and then my Texas fight Longhorn right there, Andrew Makuba gets the pick.
Can we go back and show that
the original
play in real time?
Sure.
Because, look, there were shades of Super Bowl 59 with one thing I saw there. And watch Kelsey after the pick. Watch him.
Yeah.
Go! What are you doing? He's standing. Because look who didn't stand.
Yeah.
Josh Simmons goes down there.
Day.
And I don't know that Travis Kelce's got a snowball's chance to make something happen, but you don't know what's going to happen farther down the field. And we saw that from him in Super Bowl 59. And I love Travis Kelce, but you got to wonder, should he have not come back this year? Because I remember how they were talking after the Super Bowl when he did the New Heights podcast with his brother Jason. The way that Travis was talking, I said, he's done. You can't talk like that and think you're going to find a button somewhere that's going to make you want to go back and do it. Right. What he wanted to do was fast forward to another Super Bowl and get redemption there. Well, that's not how it works. You go back to the valley of 0-0, and you have to deal with it 1 week at a time. And 2 games in to see. And look, I don't want to unfairly criticize him, but I also don't want to unfairly pull punches.
Right.
To see him kind of pull up and just stop.
Yeah, you want to see him hustle
with a live play that he could have made a difference.
Right.
There could have been, who knows what happens.
You never know. He cuts back, ball fumbles. Right, exactly. Now you're there to recover.
Stop there.
No, that's the golden rule.
And it just makes me wonder, at some level, and they're all going to get there at some point, every player. The Danny Glover line from the original Lethal Weapon movie, and I'm sure it was the catchphrase for everyone after that.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah, right.
Leave out the rest of it for now.
For now.
Yeah. But I saw that as we watched it just now. I didn't notice it yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, that's not encouraging. And it makes me think at some level he's wondering, should I have not done
it's 2 weeks in a row, a major malfunction in his game cost the Chiefs, whether it's that right there and batting in the air or not getting off the line of scrimmage against the Chargers and hurting Xavier Worthy, which he manned up and took the blame for this week, and I give him a lot of credit for that. I mean, I know he's going to take the blame for what he did yesterday. It's unfortunate. That's a big moment right there. They don't have much room for error. That's the big thing you look at. They're not a high-functioning, high-flying offense right now. I think the only guy to be scared of on that side of the ball is Tyquan Thornton, other than Mahomes, and we saw him hit the big pass to him late in the game. But he's the only guy that I look at right now to go, ooh, he can make something above and beyond what the playbook offers there. But again, This is not a superstar. We're just a guy that's really fast. And so yeah, it's back to our root problem of the Chiefs. There's a lot of good around. You get to the defensive side of the ball like we talked about with Chris Jones, he's still really damn good. But he is an absolute game wrecker that you just have to game plan for all the time, every play like you used to 3-4 years ago. No, it's a little different now. George Karlaftis is good off the edge, but again, another guy that you're like, oh, we got to reorganize our protection this week and double him and chip him all the time. So that's what they are missing a little. And then I think on top of that, too, Spagnuolo and what he's been doing on the defensive side of the ball, I feel like teams are getting a little used to it. I feel like a lot of teams have stolen what he does. So I watch other teams on film and go, they got that from Spags. Spags, that's what this is the new fad, how he's disguised coverages and all that. And we know that's what happens when you're really damn good. The NFL caught up to their offense, and they switched gears and went, let's become a defensive team. And I feel like the NFL is catching up to their defense a little bit either way as well. And of course, that led to an 0-2 here.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.